What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to go over the entire market. We're going to look at Bitcoin, ETH, the total market caps, the altcoin market cap. Currently have pulled up the USDT dominance. We're going to look at some altcoins that have broken out, and then we're going to look at some that haven't. And overall, we're just going to pretty much break down the entire market. So for those of you that have been following me for a while, I apologize for not putting out a video. Just been really busy with the exclusive group, but going to break down pretty much everything that's happening in the market right now. So first, let's start with Bitcoin, okay? Depending on when you joined my Telegram group or when you started seeing my videos first, we were preparing for the Bitcoin spot ETF, which was approved in 2024. So in August, we were waiting for a Q3 sell-off, and we got it. We got the Q3 sell-off. All right, we loaded up on alts. We loaded up on Ethereum at the exact bottom pretty much. And we rode this entire wave up. All right, we rode this narrative event driven all the way into this Bitcoin spot ETF right here. All right, and then I said in the exclusive group, I said that this right here, running up into this, most likely we will get a pullback, and that's what we got. We got pretty decent sized pullback. Now, even if it was approved, I thought there was going to be a pullback, which is what happened pretty much. And I didn't know exactly how long it would last, but I did know there are multiple narratives in front of us that would allow us to continue up as a market potentially. And again, that's what we're seeing. So ran up into that ETF date, it got approved, shot up that day, and then retraced the following weeks after. All right, so seems like it was a simple buy the rumor, sell the news, but we just so happened to have a Bitcoin halving over here and an Ethereum ETF date that might get approved on May 23rd. So that is not confirmed yet. We're just going to have to wait and see, just like we did for the Bitcoin spot ETF. But if there is an Ethereum ETF date, just like we saw for Bitcoin spot ETF date, we could see potentially similar price action leading up into that. Now, Ethereum is totally different than Bitcoin. We're going to really have to just take it week by week, but it's just an idea as far as ETH, and we're going to look at that chart. So right now, what we've seen on Bitcoin is we got the pullback off after the spot ETF date, even though it was approved. All right, and then Bitcoin broke its highest weekly closure of 2023. All right, so this was back in 2023 over here, and then also 2024. Okay, so we broke these, as we can see, and we closed above these candles last week, and then we're just working on this one right now. So coming up into some resistance right here that we can see if we look all the way left back at that 2021 bull market over here. All right, we had some resistance over here, drag this out, and we can see that we're coming up into this level, which was resistance right here, held a support for a little bit. There's a bunch of chop in here, so no surprise that coming up into this zone that we're getting a little bit of a resistance, okay? So as far as Bitcoin, that's that. If we look at the total market cap, and we'll put this on the weekly time frame, this is Bitcoin, ETH, altcoins, all right? This basically shows the entire market, what the entire market is doing for the majority. All right, there's always going to be outliers that will run, specifically with alts, which we'll look at in a bit because I actually called one of them. But this is the total market cap. This is your Bitcoin, this is your ETH, this is your altcoins. All right, and we can see, all right, we broke resistance and currently trying to close our weekly candle above this wick. So we broke this resistance right here, which we were sitting under for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, and then last week broke above it, closed, and now we have this one right here. So as we can see over here, Bitcoin is included in the total market cap. All right, Bitcoin broke out this past week. All right, Bitcoin broke out. All right, but if we look at the total 2 market cap, we look at the total 3. Total 2 is ETH and altcoins. Total 3 is the altcoin market cap. If we look at these two charts, we can see that over here, I'm going to circle it, we're currently under resistance, right? So Ethereum hasn't broken out yet. It's currently under some resistance right now, which makes sense because the total 2 market cap hasn't broken out yet. And then most of our altcoins as well, which we can see Ethereum hasn't closed above this weekly resistance, all right? And then altcoin market cap doing the same thing. This is current resistance. It's sitting under this level. So Bitcoin broke out last week. It closed above, and it's trying to push further ahead this week as well. But in order for altcoins to run as a majority, this needs to break out right here, all right? We got stuck in here going into that ETF. Then we fell down just like Bitcoin, all right? The rest of the market retraced. And I was telling my exclusive group, as long as we hold this level right here, as long as we hold it, we're fine. So a lot of people were getting shaken out right here, and this is all you had to look at right here in the total 3. This is all you had to look at right here in the total 2. As we can see, we held this level right here, even though there were scares every time we were dumping in the support. And we can say the same thing as well for the total market cap. So this is what gave us the confidence to continue to hold our gains even after that huge run up for the previous couple of months running up into that Bitcoin spot ETF. All right. So total 3 right now, stuck under this resistance. If I look at some of the coins in the top market cap like Solana, we can see this is the 4th market cap spot right now, actually just past BNB. And then we'll look at BNB as well, which is the 5th one. As a market, all right, total 3 is showing majority of altcoins. We're stuck under this resistance right here, right? We're stuck under this. Altcoins haven't broken out. Now, if I come over here to Sol, we can see it's doing the same thing. It's stuck under this previous resistance over here before we sold off with that Bitcoin spot ETF approval. Buy the rumor, sell the news. And now we're just waiting. We're waiting for that to break out. So if you're waiting for your altcoin to break out right now, if it's sitting under resistance from 2023 or early 2024, the total 3 market cap is the chart you want to look at right now, because this is doing the same thing that Sol's doing. And if we look at BNB, what's BNB? The 5th top market cap spot in the top 100. What is it doing? It's doing the same thing, all right? It's stuck under this resistance right here. It hasn't broken out. So in order to have our altcoins break out, we need to watch the total 3 market cap chart. All right, so total 3 is the ticker. That is what I'm watching right now. Majority of the altcoins are going to follow this chart. All right, so watching this right here and seeing that this held support, even though it wicked below a few times, this gave me the confidence to hold our altcoins and begin preparation for the next move, which we already have started, but we haven't completely broke out yet. All right. And same thing for total 2. We held this level right here. Now we're just sitting right there. So ETH hasn't broken out yet, but the good news is that we have seen the total market cap breakout of the resistance that it was stuck under for weeks on weeks. So in the past, we have seen that the total will usually break out first. Bitcoin will lead, which is included in the total market cap, and then the altcoins and Ethereum will follow. So that is what we are hoping for right now. We do have big events coming up, Bitcoin halving, Ethereum ETF date, which is May 23rd, which may give us some momentum going into those dates for us to push higher, which could potentially allow us to have not only our ETH and altcoins break out, but just as a whole market, just keep on moving. So those are the charts you want to watch right now. Total 2, total 3. I also have the USDT dominance pulled up right here. I have every event pretty much all the way back from 2020. And this is a good chart for Confluence because there's so much going on here. I would have to do a whole 30-minute video just explaining all these events. But the biggest takeaway that I want you to see right here is that over here, we had a support. So when it comes up on the total USDT dominance chart, whenever it's coming up, right, and it got rejected right here. This was actually support for it, basically. Okay. It's just reversed resistance support. It's just kind of reversed because USDT, when it's coming up, that is money going into USDT and leaving the market. It's leaving Bitcoin. It's leaving altcoins. All right. So that is why we saw a huge spring up whenever Corona happened, because this wick right here, this weekly candle, we can see 100% move up. That was people selling off all their coins, right? And that meant the rest of the market, Bitcoin, ETH, altcoins going down. So this was the support that held throughout our 2020, 2021 bull market. Every time we came up into here, we held, and then we went further all the way down here, which was money pushing from USDT market cap, right? The market cap right here, as we can see, that was money flooding into coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, altcoins. So this is a good chart to look at because this was our support or whatever, resistance, however you want to call it, for that bull market. And whenever this broke, right? Whenever this broke, this was leading into the depths of the bear market pretty much, okay? So this level right here, very important. This is what we're looking at. That was the last bull market support. And now it is the bear market resistance. I don't know if we're going into a true bull market yet. Whatever you want to call it, I really don't care. The point is, we're at this point again. We tested it once going into the spot ETFs. All right, we came back, retested this level, and look where we're at right now. We're knocking on the door to potentially getting back to the dominance levels of where we were in the last bull market. So that is something that I definitely want to keep track of, because I think it's a good confluence to see how the market's really going to run. Going into this area right here, this was where the Bitcoin spot ETF was going to be released. You know, if you saw this, you could have potentially realized, all right, that USDT dominance is coming back down to a huge level that was previously the support of the bull market, resistance of the bear market. Now we're coming into a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Is this going to break through right away? It didn't. All right. But the good thing is we came back to this level and now we're knocking on that door again. So that is what I want to see. All right. Have it mapped out right here. Key level, last bull market support, bear market resistance. All right. So ignore all the other stuff on the screen. I can go over that another time, but that is basically what I wanted to show right here. And then these previous levels back over here. All right. Next, we are going to look at some coins that have broken out, because just like I said right here and showed the example of Sol and BNB, the total 3 market cap has not broke out. All right. So looking at this resistance level, as we can see, we're sitting in that zone, but we have not broke out. And then using examples like Solana and BNB, we can see that they're sitting at these resistant levels, but they have not put in new highs. All right. In order for them to put in new highs, I believe this will need to break out. That only makes sense. So BNB, Sol, we could pull up a bunch of other charts. Of course, not all of them are going to look like this, but these are the top 4 and 5 market cap coins. I just pulled those up. This is what I saw, and it just makes sense, right? So I could potentially pull up a ton of other charts that look like this, and we could see the same thing. But I think the total, the top 4 and 5 market cap probably is the best example to look at. So these are holding under. All right, majority of the market probably looks like this or a little bit lower when it comes to breaking out of that resistance from before. But we have had some coins that, which one of them I actually called in the exclusive group, Beam. We were sitting on this support forever. All right, there are other factors that most likely came into play that allowed for this one to break out prematurely before the rest of the market. But as we can see, this one is gone. All right, it's up 75%, I believe, from these lows, or we were up almost 90%. All right, looks like right now we're up 67%. Okay, so this is an example of one altcoin breaking out versus majority, like we can see with here, Sol, BNB. If we look at a bunch of other coins, most likely they haven't broken out yet. Now, this happens, all right? This happens. This is just basically one of those coins that will pull away from the market while the rest of the market is doing something else, okay? So using the total 3 is going to be for majority of coins. However, this will happen. This will happen at times. You'll see this in a bunch of the smaller market cap coins, not really correlating with the market to an exact. This isn't too much of a small market cap. It's holding a pretty decent size market cap now. But you will see this from time to time. But the point is, looking at the totals basically allows you to see a bird's eye view of the entire market. So, looking at these levels right here, I used this in previous videos to see what was going to happen. We broke above this, which we could not break above before for the altcoin market cap. And then this is the time that I knew that we were going to pretty much explode when it came to altcoins, because we broke above these previous levels, held it right here, and then continued on. And then we could see the same thing. So total market caps are very important. Total 1, total 2, total 3. They're all different, but they all have their own importance, which is a just huge thing. This is what I've been looking at to keep my cool when things pulled back and to understand what potentially the next move could be. We could definitely get rejected right here. That's totally something that could happen. But as long as this support level holds on total 3, on total 2, and total 1, which this one is already broken out, I think we're going to be fine. All right. Now, as far as ETH is trying to break out of this resistance right now. If I scroll out a lot further, I've posted so many charts in the Telegram chat about this, and we called the bottom on this, twice. Called it twice. All right. Historically, we had this huge trend line right here on our log chart that held all the way back here in 2016. All right. 2016 again with some resistance right here. 2015, not most perfect candles right there, but bounced here. What do? We went on our bull run. All right. Next time we bounced here was Corona 2020. Tagged this trend line exactly. All right. Went on our bull run. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go on a bull run. That's not what I'm saying at all. But when it came to where should we buy ETH, all right, not only did I line it up with time frames, but I looked at this previous support over here, saw this one right here, all right, said this was most likely going to be the bottom. We were going to bid into this while the Bitcoin spot ETF event right here was in front of us, okay? So that was all the way back in August, September, October. All right, what do you know? Come to this bottom where this is held once, twice, multiple years apart. And as soon as we touch this, we take off, right? So is that a coincidence? I don't know. If I look back at history and I see, this wick right down here during Corona, this held at this level before going to its all-time highs over here. I really don't know, but called the bottom on that. All right. And then for Ethereum again, I actually said this in the YouTube video previously, and then in the Telegram chat, free and exclusive, that 2150, 2100 was going to be buy limits for ETH once we broke this level right here. So we can see that this was the breakdown back in 2022 right here. We had support right here. So whenever we broke through this level, all right, this was going to become our new resistance, which it was, all right? Then we came all the way back down to this trend line, took off, came up into this resistance, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, breaks above. What do you know? We have to retest this level. All right, previous resistance turns into new support. We had weeks to buy, all right? Held, shot up going into that Bitcoin spot ETF. What do you know? Pulls back as well with Bitcoin and then holds this level again, retest, gone. All right, let me put it on the monthly. I actually haven't even looked at it on the monthly, so let's look at it together. All right, it looks beautiful. All right, really, I was trying to show before that it was kind of lining up with what happened over here in the, I guess, 2018 to 2020 time frame. All right, we had the all-time high, came all the way down, bounced off that support, was in a bear market, broke through that level. Then it became new resistance, tagged that trend line, came up to that resistance once it was bull market time again, breaks above, retest, gone. All right, now over here, it is the same freaking thing. All right, I didn't count the months apart. I was just kind of looking. This isn't something that you need to necessarily use for TA going forward. It's just something that I saw. All right, had all-time highs in 2021, came down to support, bounced. All right, broke through right here, came all the way down. What do you know? Breaks through right here, new resistance. All right, comes down to that trend line. We load it up based on time frames and where we were at. Breaks above. I know that monthly candle doesn't look too big, but it did wick down a bit, held that level. Now we're pushing on up, and we're going to see if we can break this top level. So that's pretty much it for ETH. I would basically look at the total 2 to decide, as well as looking at this if it's going to break out, because we can see total 2 sitting under resistance right now, which it is, including the ETH and altcoins for this market cap. All right, for this chart. But sitting under that resistance, if this breaks out, most likely ETH breaks out with it. So looks great right now. I mean, this chart looks really, really good. Bought the bottom on this. So yeah, I hope we run up into these events right here. All right, there's stuff going on with the stock market, all-time highs that I'm looking at. But as far as crypto market cap specifically and the charts, this is kind of what's going on. All right, so there's a lot of stuff that all correlates together when it comes from market to market, what's the Fed doing, etc. But for right now, the main targets that you need to look at is total 2, this resistance right here, and total 3 as well. Okay, these resistances, these are the ones that we need to break out of. Total 1 has already ran, so that's a good sign. But in order for Ethereum and our altcoins to break out, we need to watch these 2 charts. So I'm going to keep watching this USDT dominance chart. I have no idea if this thing, how accurate it really is when it comes to what we're doing for the rest of the market, but I think it's a good confluence. I would never use this as a sole indicator to trade off of. All right, and then yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on right now. So hope this helps everyone get caught up. I know I haven't been posting YouTube videos, but been focused on the exclusive group. I'll post a Telegram link below for everyone, and for the free group if you would like to join. But yeah, this is pretty much what's going on right now. So if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments or DM me on Telegram. I'll post the Telegram link below that you can join. So yeah, this is pretty much what we got going on right now. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm out.